Hello and welcome to another chair yoga session. Today the focus is on the upper body, the head, the neck, the shoulders, arms, down into the fingers, a little bit of work into the torso as well. So make sure when you're sitting in your chair that your feet press down into the floor and you have really good contact so that you can feel steady and stable. Let yourself lift up in the chair. Feel the spine nice and tall, the core muscles lightly engaged to keep you nice and high. Let the hands rest where they are, the shoulders relax, the eyes close down, and just focus on a couple of breaths as you just settle into your position. And from here, I'm going to extend the arms straight out in front. And we start by putting the thumb into the palm, wrapping the fingers around, and then opening up the fingers as wide as is comfortable. Then bring the fingers in and wrap the thumb around the fingers. Open back up as you change the breath. So as you go from inhale to exhale, you make a movement. So we slow everything down, coordinate it with the breath, and you can feel what's happening inside the fingers. Now instead of a fist, you're welcome to stay with a fist, but maybe a claw feels better. As you stretch the fingers out and make claws, maybe some funny shapes as you start to move the hands a little bit. If you start to rotate the hands as you do this movement, you get some little bit of work into the shoulders and into the forearms and the upper arms. But then start to flex and extend the hands. And then turn the hands so that they face inwards. And then start to do some rotations with the hands. Now they can be in the same direction, they can be in opposite directions. As long as we get this nice gentle movement with the hands, changing the direction, and you can take the hands out to the side or down, around, wherever is comfortable. And then bring those hands back to rest. On the next inhale, slowly look up towards the ceiling as you stretch the head back, getting a nice little opening into the neck. As you take the head up, let the shoulders go back a little bit as you feel a slight arch into the spine. On the next exhale, round the shoulders, bring the chin down towards the chest as you look down, changing in the movement in the neck, but also getting that little arch into the spine in the opposite direction. On the inhale, the shoulders go back as we slowly extend the head to look up. Exhale, changing the shoulders again as the shoulders come forward, chin to the chest. Working with your breath. And back to a neutral position. On the next exhale, slowly turn the head over the right shoulder, just to the level that's comfortable for you. So don't need to force it beyond anything that's comfortable. You inhale back to the middle. Exhale as you take it over to the other side. Just work with that breath. One more to each side. And as you bring the head back to the center, this time drop the right ear down towards that right shoulder and just leave it here while you breathe. On the next inhale, bring the head back up. Exhale, take the head across to the other side. And bring it back up. Little rotations. Now what we're doing is imagining that you're drawing a circle with the chin. So it's quite a subtle movement, and you can make that movement as big as comfortable. but it's not meant to be this massive rotation of the head. Keeping it in one plane as you make a circle with the chin. Notice I'm starting to sway a little bit. I want you to try and keep the body still. So it's just the chin that moves. And that might mean it's quite a small movement. Now, somewhere in the next movement, we change the direction. Easy for me, I'm looking at it in the screen. I can see the body start to move, so I'm trying to keep it still, which means the actual size of the rotation reduces. And still. Now take the arms out to the side, palms up, and just as you breathe, bring the fingertips into the shoulders, change the breath as you go out. So it can be inhale, exhale, as long as the movement happens with the breath. And the next time you come in, we're going to take the elbows forward so we get the same movement. Bring the hands back down. Now take the right arm out to the side as if the palm's up, pushing away. Let the left hand drop down and just let the head drop off to the left to get the stretch, and just breathe here. Bring the head up, swap it to the other side. Bring the head up and back down. A twist. Take the left hand behind you, right hand onto the left knee. Inhale as you lift tall, and exhale, we just wrap around to the left. On the next inhale, come back to the center, wrap around to the other side. Come back, we'll do that one more time. And back to the center. Okay. Now, the next movement is shoulder movement, and it could be quite strong. So just quickly before we go into the movement, simply hand here like that, looking up, relaxing. If that's too difficult, the same movement can be achieved by just lifting the shoulder up, taking the shoulder back, and looking up. So on the inhale, we're going to take the right hand up into the air. We bend the elbow, bring the palm against the spine, and tap it into place. And if that's awkward, the hand can just stay up and back. And from here, we look up towards that right elbow. And release. Okay, so same thing with the left. It can be shoulder up, shoulder back, look up, or we take the left hand into the air, we bend it back, give it a bit of a support, slowly look up. And release back down. Take the hands out in front. We're going to bend them back in and just make a nice gentle movement with the hands as such. Now, you can stay with this, or the next time you bring the hands out, cross them over, and then turn the palms together, see if you can interlace the fingers and bring them under. If this is too awkward, stay with that original movement. Now, this time as you bring the hands out, my right arm's on top. I'm going to release, swap it over so my left arm's on top, and try it again. Now, this feels very different for me on this side. Almost to the point where I think I want to go back to the original movement where I'd just be taking the arms in and out. So just the 2 times, release the hands, bring them back down. And now take the arms up to the side so that the elbows are facing back, the chest is out, lifting tall through the crown of the head. We're moving into a twist. Now this twist is different to the first one. The first one we used our hand to lever out. This time we're going to use our core strength to move into the twist. So leaving the hands up here in a goalpost situation. As you inhale, lift tall, and as you exhale, we're turning to the right, taking the right elbow back, the left elbow forward, but the hips still face the front, so you can feel it happening in your core. And just hold this for a few moments. Bring back to the front, off to the left. Back to the front. Release the hands back down onto the lap. Let the shoulders relax. Lift yourself up nice and tall. Feel the feet connect to the floor. Perhaps let the eyes close down just for a moment. Know that this practice is ended. So it's a short practice designed to release some of the tension that might have been stored in the upper body, particularly if you are working from your desk at the moment. Any of the poses that you find were pretty good for you, it's okay to repeat them or whatever. So 1 or 2 times watching the video, you get an idea of some of the movements and you can play with the variations for yourself in future. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day. Hari Om Tat Sat.